I think the best part of my job is working with the team outside at the plant. When you see what you really change and that you can make progress and optimize and see the results afterwards, I think this is a really good feeling of success. I'm not sure if there are many women in my position. I think I know about 2, me included.
There's been a lot of progress over the last decade, but encouraging more women into our sector and engineering in general remains an uphill struggle. So, are the challenges with recruitment down to the job, or is there a wider cultural barrier at work?
I think stereotypes of genders are way too much rooted in our society. I think that's something we need to work on especially.
It kind of goes back to when you're a kid that when you go to the store and you ask for the Tonka truck, that is mainly a boy's toy and it's not a girl's toy. So some of those feelings around engineering in general, and that's most of our workforce is in operations, they're seen as men-only jobs.
I think it's historically been a male-dominated field, a field that attracted men as well. But I do think that cycle perpetuates itself, so women don't see other women in those roles, don't view themselves in those roles, and therefore women self-select themselves out of either studying STEM, studying engineering, or pursuing manufacturing jobs.
It's basically when they experience their gender identity, that's where the problem starts. So I think it's important that before these kind of raw gender stereotypes kick in, experience that they can do it and actually enjoy it.
At Berlin Free University, Professor Skiby leads a team that is focused on ensuring STEM subjects are accessible and engaging to everyone, regardless of gender. She believes the issues begin with the younger students.
If you look at a primary teacher, they often are not specialized to teach science, which makes it very difficult to teach it as a subject, and therefore they need quite a bit of teacher training or also material support.
Alongside teacher training, the team have been working with INEOS for more than 10 years to provide schools with materials designed to spark a child's interest in science.
One of my major projects involved is called Tourist. We send to schools different boxes depending on the topic. In these boxes is material for 30 children with which they can enable the teacher to do hands-on science. And of the companies supporting Tourist, and I think there are more than 80, INEOS is the biggest or the one that supports most schools.
It's not only in the classroom, some INEOS sites also work with older students to give them an opportunity to gain vital work experience in the sector.
I had the opportunity to gain positive experiences through the school internship that I did in electronical engineering. Doing this internship, I became also aware of the dual study program International Management, what I'm doing at the moment. 3 months going to university and 3 months working here at INEOS. We went through different commercial departments such as human resources, training and development, logistics and supply chain management. And supply chain management is also the department where I'm working at the moment.
It's really important to encourage women, to make them aware of this opportunity, of the possibilities, and also maybe of the perspectives of technical professions. Within a technical profession, you can actually contribute to develop solutions for a more sustainable world.
So we need to go to the little girls in grade school and let them know that they can do this. Then we need to go to high school and let them know, hey, we'll give you your internship. And then we need to go right to college and say, we have a home for you. So it's about changing the way we view recruiting.
With much already happening to support recruitment, the number of women entering the field has never been higher. But entering a role with a legacy of few women has always had its challenges.
I'm in the chemical industry for almost 30 years now. I was very often the only woman in the department. It's challenging because you don't have role models, so you have to invent yourself.
For me, it's very important to have female role models because I need to have maybe some guidance in my life, and I need to see that these women are also able to have a career.
I think it's one of the most important points because it's about representation. I think if I look up to female role models, I want to be kind of like them, and I think that's a very good motivation to work.
You want to be able to see somebody like you so that you can see your path forward. And having more women at the table would certainly make them feel like there's an opportunity for them here. Women also then face other obstacles, such as if they decide to start a family.
I think the biggest challenge I faced here at INEOS was when I started having kids and family. I think I speak for many women that with this, everything changes and shifts.
Well, a lot of times women have a full-time second job at home, as well as what they're doing at work, and therefore can't spend long hours at the office or, be traveling every week.
They feel like they might be missing out on opportunities. They also feel that pang of wanting to be home and trying to balance a little bit more. There's the expectation that they're going to be the caregiver.
I think it's not just an issue that we have to tackle as an industry, or especially INEOS. I think the society has to change as well.
And I think we're getting better about men taking on a larger portion of that work at home. But also what that means is that it's a culture shift as part of a company or an organization. One of the biggest challenges as a woman in a male-dominated industry is having that sense of belonging.
When you start a job, you want to make sure that your voice is heard, that you feel safe to voice your opinion, and that is called psychological safety. We want everybody, not just women, but everybody to feel safe enough that they can speak up whenever they need to, right? If it's something that benefits the company, we want to hear your voice.
60 minutes west of Chicago, at the Aurora Styrolution offices, Cassie Bradley has been doing something about just that.
This is our Lean In Circle lunch, so thank you all for coming. Our Lean In Circles are all about peer mentoring, so sharing experiences and ideas and giving feedback on those when we succeed and when we fail. And I think those topics are very broad and far-reaching and applicable to many different people, as opposed to one-on-one mentoring, which is more focused on an individual and the challenges that they may be facing.
Explain what you've done in the past so that we can see what you've done for procurement projects, how you've had cost savings. I think that those lean-in circles and other employee resource groups are going to be very important to the organization. This one specifically, this lean-in group, it's the first and it's women-centered. And so I think it's really important to help bring the women together.
Being comfortable in a group and having shared experiences where other people might say, I just kind of thought that was me, but maybe it's not. These are all important conversations to have in a really safe, comfortable environment, and I think these are really important.
Now at our INEOS site in Cologne, they're also about to begin running their own lean-in circles.
So what I really expect from the lean-in circles is that the women are going to talk to each other, to share experience, to help each other, to kind of empower them.
That's my big hope, that these lean-in circles will help female colleagues to develop their soft skills, for example, in communications, in presentations, in standing up for their needs.
I'm really excited about taking part in the next months or weeks. And I think it's really important, and it will strengthen the networking and the women's power in our company.
I think we would be able to learn from each other soft skills like leadership.
And this is something that I'm looking forward to learning within these lean-in circles together with Deborah. So I'm kind of stepping out of my comfort zone doing this, but this is something that you need in order to have a career.
Every woman gets the chance to also moderate a lean-in circle and to get out of the comfort zone and also to lead it and to be responsible for that.
Ultimately, we're all here for the same, ultimate goals, and that's to do well at our jobs, make the company successful, and be successful in being able to grow in our positions.
I think INEOS in particular has a pretty good work-life balance expectations for both genders, women and men. And I do think there's an openness in leadership to discuss your personal situation and the flexibility that you as an individual may need.
I think the working culture at the INEOS is very good. Everyone's working together as a team, and I think this is something the INEOS can be proud of.
The only thing that's left to say for me is we need more women here. And that's something we need to work on, no matter how slow or fast. I would prefer fast, but yeah, every step forward is a step forward.